And hello, everyone, once again. Hopefully, this time you can understand what I'm saying. So, I'm going to see. I'm just waiting to hear some audio. Yeah, got it. Okay, here we go. So, I am now officially on. Sorry for the delay before. Unfortunately, the audio portion, which happens a lot with these live programs, doesn't come on the way it's supposed to. And all we hear is just a bunch of squeaking. So, this time, finally, it seems to be working. So, hi everybody, happy summer. Welcome to the program. For those of you who do not know me, I am DeAngelis Colon. I am a spirit intuitive, psychic. I've been working, God, for what, 22, over 22 years now, doing readings in various sites in Long Island, in New York City, doing private readings, gallery readings. Um, so here we are finally enjoying this beautiful evening as the start of summer, and here we are to begin the season and just talk a little bit about what's been going on lately, how the energies are doing, how we've been. June so far seemed to be a really positive month, the first really good month since the year began. That's saying something. That's already 6 months into the year, and it took almost half the year finally to reach, this point. Things started shifting around towards the end of May. If you heard my last or saw my last program, you know that we talked about that. And we talked about the energy shifting in a more positive way and the heaviness and strangeness starting to lighten up. From there, it started to dissipate for whatever reasons it was. And sure enough, that's come to pass. And we're really feeling like we're really more into the real world once again. So those first 5.5 months or so were very unusual, kind of disturbing, feeling out of sorts, not feeling quite right about things. The energy, the air just didn't feel right. The happenings that were going on, the way people were behaving, the strange experiences that were going on in the world and still are going, but at least it's in a different way this time. Uh, just permeated throughout the entire essence of everything, in the world. And since the end of May, things are shifting in a more favorable light, finally. So we had the full moon, there last month, which signaled a change for the better, endings and completion, which started to happen from there. That was in the sign of Sagittarius, which is always very independent, very strong. Will doesn't isn't taken over by anyone or anything, doesn't like being dominated by anything. That strong type of energy kind of broke through some of that. And then we had our new moon coming in, and that was a period of time where things started really shifting and changing from there. And if you were sensitive, you could feel it, you could see it, and you just knew it that things were starting to lift. All that negative, everything that was going on was starting to dissolve, go away, just for however it may be. And we started to return back to reality and back to normal. And gradually it started to occur. The intense anxiety a lot of people were feeling, certainly came to pass, from there. And just a feeling of the more familiar reality, started happening once again. We were back. We were basically coming back and taking charge, taking control of our lives once again, taking control of everything that was around us, also. And just feeling like ourselves once again. So for the month of June, it was settling there. So at the beginning of June or so, little last pieces of things that were a little strange or odd or whatever happening. But sure enough, it started to leave. And things are starting to come back to the way it's supposed to be, the reality. And here we are. Of course, the world is still in its chaos. There are still strange things that are going on, but at least the essence of reality isn't part of that anymore. And that's what we were experiencing for almost the first half of the year. Now we are back to ourselves, and things feel back to normal in that regard. The behaviors, some experiences that are happening are still going on, unfortunately. That, for whatever reason, that's part of the world. We we're just going through a period of we're just going through a period of transformation, a period of evolution that's not comfortable here. But in the meantime, it seems to be impinging, something is impinging upon it in a strange way that's affecting that. And we're evolving, but something's getting in the way. That's what it feels like to me. And I have a feeling it feels that way to a lot of people, also. And so that's still in the environment, in the cosmos, let's say here on planet Earth. And so we're just seeing this, observing it. At least I am. I'm being kind of an outside person here, looking from a distance, not getting involved in it, not allowing myself to get involved, in that, but being more of an objective observer, which to me it feels like it's the safest thing to do with the current state of things, and um, and just keeping protective, keeping myself intact, even though I was affected from the other stuff before, as well, but working very much on trying to shield that away as much as possible, which is not such an easy thing to do. And almost certain a lot of other people who are sensitive, psychics, people who are in the metaphysical, were also experiencing things of that nature as well too, and doing what they could to steel themselves and maintain their integrity as their true selves. So a lot of us were doing a lot of that type of work, for ourselves, of course. And so it takes a toll. It takes energy to do that, and a lot of energy was expended, there. And now it's a period of kind of healing from that, from recapturing yourself, um, building things back to normal once again. So that's been the thing in the last 3 weeks or so, last 4 weeks, which has been a relief. And it certainly felt better and even a bit more positive, also, which is a good thing to experience. And so here we are. The spring was interesting. As you know, we had a good start to the spring. Then we had an interruption there with the weather. Of course, the temperature dropped. All the amount of rain was incredible between May and parts of June. So much rain that has fallen, for the spring season, which was really something to experience. We're certainly not in a drought anymore, obviously. That needed to happen. It just didn't have to happen in such abundance as we experienced. And of course, the dropping in the temperature, which was not spring like at all, which made things feel a bit odd, too, especially in the month of May. And we're starting to come out of it, as I said, in June. There were some remnants of the high strangeness, still about with that. And so we experienced an intermission in the spring to a certain degree, with that. And but then luckily, towards the end of spring, things started to settle and come back to normal once again. And it was reported that towards the end, towards June, that we would really feel like ourselves again. And so that is what is being experienced at this time. And so June has been much more of a positive, month, a positive experience. Um, there's a sign of hope here and there, although there's some troubling things also happening in the world, as we all are aware of, if we are looking at the news, watching television, listening to the radio, reading the newspapers, living in this world. There are those destructive and destructive forces that are trying to do what they can to try to change the world in a way that seemingly, for some people, they think it makes sense, but it seems that the majority don't think so. It's quite the opposite. And so a lot of that chaos and strangeness, is still about. But at least we feel more grounded and more like ourselves to be able to deal with it, and in essence, even to combat against it also. And I'm someone who believes in combating against negative energy and not just sitting there passively letting it be or accepting it as, oh, it's the way things are right now. It's destined to be. We have to go with it, and we have to do our best to roll with the punches, as they say. And at least for me, I'm not exactly that type of person. I do accept things to a certain point. I do observe some things. I to a certain point accept certain things and go along with it, but not to the point where I'm 100% going to like give in to it, basically, or just observe the whole way. So I am going to fight back and use all my resources, to make sure that I, you know, am myself, maintain myself well, see reality for what it is, do what I can to help it change to the positive and to the good, instead of letting it careen into some sort of disaster. And so that's the state of it. And I'm sure a lot of other people are experiencing similar, feelings and thoughts, also with this too. So let me check as I've done my introductory speech here, down to the page here, and see if there's anyone or anything on. So far, I don't see anything here. But then again, I might be scrolling back. There we go. Christine, there you are. Hi, Christine. Thank you for joining me tonight. And so far, you're the only person I see here who is watching or making a comment. If there's anybody else out there, they're keeping quiet and stealth and just watching it. So as I see in the numbers here, there are, a few other people, here as well. So happy to have you here and happy, to be celebrating the summer finally, here as well. And talking a bit about what's happening metaphysically out there, energetically, and the planets that are shifting and changing also. We had a good month because so far we didn't have too much in the retrograde region happening, which is a good thing. And however, next month for July, things will start to change and shift. So we're going to have to like be, watching, closely for the month of July. Right now we're in the time of Cancer, and Cancer is having a glorious beginning to its, season here, since Jupiter is now in Cancer. So Cancer is now the favorite sign of the zodiac for the next 12 months. So Jupiter is in its first house of beneficence, good luck, good fortune, magic, wonders. This is your year. Any Cancerians that are watching out there, this whole year, you've waited 12 years for this. Because Jupiter, it takes 12, years for it to come back to each sign. So you have now become the favorite for the zodiac. And you have 1 year of blessings and bliss. So whatever you desire, whatever magic that happens, it falls into your lap beautifully. This is a year of wonders for you, a year where if you tap into it, you can manifest miracles and make wonderful things happen. Your dreams can come true. You can get that job you've always wanted to. You can finish that degree. You can somehow earn the money that you've always wanted to. You can start your business right. You can have that beautiful relationship you've always wanted to have. You can have your children or expect your first child, and miracles happen when Jupiter is in your first house. And this is a wonderful period. And it's been a wonderful month in many ways. And it certainly is because this is part of it. Because now you are the favorite of the horoscope and of the zodiac. And you will have a blessed year. So this is your time to think positive, get away from all the negatives, take all your sorrows, put them away as much as you can. Be strong, be healthy, be happy. This is your year to do and manifest wonderful things for you, whatever you want. You may have to work very hard to achieve them, but if you're willing to do that and do the right thing and be responsible, work hard, be wise, make the right choices, think carefully, be logical, be of open heart as well. You can make things happen because Jupiter will want to help you and ease all of this into being for you. And this is going to be a wonderful time, for you. Jupiter, Gemini was last year's, favorite, and now Jupiter moves into your second house. So that means that for Geminis, you will have the blessings that you take with you, what you have had from this previous year, with Jupiter in your first house. But it's also now moving to your second house of income. So earned income is going to be very important for you. So magically things should start to grow for you. A new job can start to happen, a new position, a new ideas for you to start your own business. Anything that has to do with money that you earn, that you make the effort, that you put your mind to it, will start to flourish, to grow for you. Money may come to you, even though it's not primarily money that comes to you. This has to do with money that you earn, that you're responsible for, that through hard work, through achievement, through effort, through talent, you'll be able to amass more than you realize. This is your time for financial growth and security for now and for your future. Tap into Jupiter's beneficence of expanding your material wealth in all the ways that you can and all the ways that you know that you can do this. Have faith, trust in yourself that you can achieve this goal and have financial well being. You have 12 months to make this happen. So you are also heavenly blessed. So it's going to be a magical time for the signs. Wherever Jupiter falls in your sign or so, it's a period of growth, a period of expansion, good fortune, and well being. I know as a Leo, right now Jupiter falls into my 12th house, which is secrets, the inner life, the subconscious or so. And it's a year of preparation for the Leos out there. I'm familiar with this since it's my sign. So I have, and all the Leos out there have a year to start going into themselves, clearing out the stuff that's no longer helpful to you, healing from past wounds and hurts, healing from what has hindered you, healing from what's no longer necessary to hang on to cling to. It's time to let go mentally, to let go spiritually, to let go physically of things that are no longer helping you. It's time to do what is right for you. You know what you have to do, or you need to delve deep to discover that if you don't already know it, and work on that. And learn to let go of habits, of thoughts, of feelings that are not serving you well at all. From a very long time ago to the present to whatever may be coming or so, let go, let go, let go of things and all things that are no longer serving any good purpose for you whatsoever. And all they do is hold you back. I know I've been working on that a great deal for the last several months, even if it was a year or so, whatever, because I knew what was coming. I knew it was my time to do this. And I knew that I had certain things that were still holding me back. And it's trust in the universe, having complete trust. Do it. Don't hold back because of fear. Don't hold back because of bad habit. Don't hold back because your mind is getting the best of you. To still cling to that because the inner self sometimes doesn't want to let go. Your subconscious, whatever's in there or so, doesn't want to let go of something that it feels that it depends on that to survive. And that's no longer, it never really was from the start. And it's not certainly serving you, not even no longer. It's not really true. It never was. And it may have felt that way for a while. But that's what you felt you needed to do. You didn't know better. So, but now you should be starting to see it for yourself, starting to recognize it, and starting to see to let go, have the strength to break it. Easier said than done. I know from my own experience, but be persistent, be tenacious. Don't let that inner self, that inner part of you, get the best of you. Be kind to you. Be kind to that part of yourself. Be your own best help and your own best friend. Embrace it. Embrace that part of you. Comfort it. Don't think of yourself as the enemy here. Think of you as someone who needs to be free. and to not be afraid and to be reassured and just filled with love, and that you will help. You will not abandon yourself. You will help yourself. You will not let go because it's you. How can you abandon yourself after all? So it's to embrace, to comfort, to guide along the way, and bring with you to your freedom. And that will help to ease you into your freedom once and for all. It takes effort, it takes time, and it takes patience still. That's not one, two, three, and that's it. But gradually, you'll see that things start to work out for the better. You'll sense that freedom, you'll sense that letting go. You'll feel lighter and lighter and lighter. And it's still holding back or still, being afraid, or you feel that you're still clinging, whatever it's that. Just be there. Nurture yourself, embrace yourself, luxuriate, comfort yourself, baby yourself, and bring it along the way, and you will be fine and you will free. You will free yourself all the way. That's what needs to be done. That's what you need to do. And you'll see that you'll be lighter and better, and you'll finally be free. And that's what your life is about. Your happiness, your freedom, yourself, your true self, and have peace and happiness and love. And that's what you're here for. So that is what needs to be done. And checking in the wall here. Anybody else there? There's Saida. Hi, Saida. Say hello to Raphael. It was so fun to see him yesterday on the train. It was one of those miracles of, of the spirit and those miracles of the day yesterday. So that was a lot of fun. I'm glad that, you're all doing so well. And it's good to see you. And he said he's going to say hi, for me to you, so I can see that you're here. And, so it's good to see you here. Thank you for joining. And yes, Christine, we are in Mercury shadow as of today. And we're going to talk about that as well, too. And because as I said earlier, before I went into my tangent here a bit, next month will be, a little bit of change. We're going to have, some planets going into retrograde. So we're going to have Saturn going to retrograde. We're going to have Mercury, which is the one that affects us the most, going into retrograde. And I do believe that's going to be July 17th. We also have Chiron, also going into retrograde as well. I do believe that's going to be towards the end of July. And then we have someone going retrograde. I think Saturn's going retrograde on July 3rd, I do believe, as well. So we're going to have some shifting and some changes there. And we're going to have Mercury retrograde for part of the summer, everybody. So it just happens to fall that way. So we're having 3 weeks of slowdown and interesting things from July 17th to, I think, almost the middle of August there. So I'm not exactly sure of the dates right now at this moment, but I do know it's July 17th. So as we know, and thank you, Christine, for pointing it out, that Mercury goes into shadow period at least 2 weeks before. So we may start feeling some of the slowdown, some of the stuff with communications, miscommunications, also our electronics not working the best. Expenses may be coming up a little bit more also. So be aware of that. Hopefully this Mercury retrograde won't be as heavy as the previous two. I already have a sense that it will not, which is a good thing because we have summer energy here in the sun and light, and the summer is coming finally into more normalized state of being. So we had started summer off with a bang again this year as we did last year. Not quite the same way, where the first day of summer last year for 2024 started off with 90 degrees plus immediately in June, which was unheard of prior. And we had a last day of spring last year that was relatively cool and kind of spring-like, but a little cooler than normal. And the few days before were more spring-like, and then suddenly out of nowhere summer started, and it immediately was a 90-degree day It was absolutely strange and bizarre. And we had to acclimate to that quickly. And it was like summer in June here in New York, especially where I am based. We don't have 90-degree days in June, at least from last year. And then it was the 90s again the next day. So it was a really interesting start to the summer. It came in immediately. And this year we started hot again. It didn't get up to 90, but it almost got there, I do believe. I think we got up to 88 on June the 20th this year, 89. So that was pretty hot. But the next day it went up to the 90s. Again, very unusual for June in New York. And to experience 90-degree, and we had several 90-degree days, as we know. And it was something else, wasn't it? So the climate change and global warming is affecting. Now we came back a little bit normalized once again. It was a hot day today, however. We're up in the 80s. Yesterday was 89 degrees yesterday. I was in the city, all day yesterday, and it was broiling, and the sun was out. Okay, so that was something to experience. And it was in the upper 80s for the weekend. It was good in a way because we hadn't had a good weekend in quite a while. Saturday started a little bit cloudy, but it went up to the sun afterward. But Sunday, yes, it was broiling, honey, and today was hot too. A little bit cooler, but summer is here. Let's hope it stays summer, also the way it's supposed to be. And I don't mind a few more 90-degree days, and we went up to 100 even a few days ago. We broke a record, 100, 102 at one point. That was something else in June, honey. We don't get to see that very often here in New York. 102. We were hotter than Arizona. Also, I had a friend who wrote me on Facebook saying it was 96 over there. Usually they're the ones who get the 102, 103, whatever. It was hotter than there. It was hotter than California, also. So we were roasting, here for those few days. So welcome to summer. And that's what the show is all about. Welcome to summer. And welcome to, interesting energies happening for this summer. So it's going to be a little topsy-turvy starting next month a bit. So I'm glad we had a good June, and which has helped us to regain ourselves. And we may need some of that strength, to deal with July and August. But so far, from what I'm getting a sense of, it will be a little bit more tumultuous than it was this time. But nevertheless, we should be having a good time of it. So we'll be able to get out there and do things and have our activities and go out and enjoy ourselves. And we all deserve it. People are traveling more than ever, this year, and which is a good thing. And they're driving more than ever too. Also, the energy should be good for that. We should be having a good sense of the metaphysical. I know I've been having that, lately, and tapping into things left and right. Astral traveling a lot in the evenings, meeting new people, going to new places. I even at one point last week visited, one place that I hadn't in a very long time. And from time to time, I get the good fortune of visiting certain places that I've had in the astral, for years and years. And that thus has happened again. And I hadn't been to this place in quite a while. So it's interesting to experience it once again. And it showed me that, attuned spiritually or so, whatever. So it's a good thing. And with certain things, certain people or so. So this is very, very good. And so things are going to go well that way. We're in the time of Cancer, moon energy. So we're going to be feeling a lot of our emotions here. The moon's going to be very powerful. We're in our crescent moon phase right now. Last night there was a beautiful crescent moon. I call it the pirate moon because it's one of my favorite moons to see and experience. And a lot of energy, a lot of ethereal elements attached to that. Also, I sense and pick up on that very strongly. I looked out the window and I don't see the moon yet at this time. But by this time last night it was right over here to our northwest, portion here. Perhaps it is. I just don't see it right now. Or maybe it's set a little bit by now. But we're in our crescent moon phase right now, which is, a very spiritual experience, a very spiritual time. So light your candles, work your energies, do your sage, and it's good to meditate during this type of moon. It carries a lot of energy, a lot of connection, with it. And again, the weather is, the climate's doing good right now. The weather's good for it too. And So that's things to go into as well. And I'm just looking 10:24. Okay, so it's good. So hello, Michael. How are you? Good to see you here as well. And so we have that to contemplate. But we do have we have 4 retrogrades next month. So get ready for those changes. We do have Uranus settling in, however, nicely, as well too. So we've had that big shift. And let me see, I have some things here to read about because there were some major shifts here. Make sure I give you accurate information as always that I like to provide to you. Let's see, we had our full moon on the 11th, which was a good thing. And that was in Sagittarius. So that was very positive there. And let's see what else. Trying to find out the other big shift that was experienced. If I can find it. Yes, Uranus is going to move into Gemini, and that's a major, major change astrologically. Uranus is moved into Gemini for the first time in 84 years. So that is gigantic. So we're experiencing a major, major shift in the astrological energies, astrological fields. So expect a lot of innovation, a lot of changes. The world will be advancing, evolving technologically and scientifically because of this. So this is going to be very powerful energy, very powerful time for us. Gemini is a very mental, sign, and it's cerebral. It's of the air. And when we have that, with Uranus, which is a planet of innovation, of genius, of the unpredictable, both energies are very high and lofty in their thinking processes. And conjuncting this way is going to be a fascinating time. We're going to have advances in the sciences like we have never seen before. Advances even metaphysically, also because higher minds, of course, we can experience a lot in that regard. We can get more attuned to our higher minds individually, also our subconscious also as well can tap more easily in a more evolved manner in this state. So we're moving majorly into the future here, and it's going to be astounding the things that we see. And so get ready. It should be a very fascinating time, period for us. And there'll be more about that, next month, as you know. So we'll see a lot of that happening here. And I'm just looking into other aspects here that I have written here to report to you so that you may be a little bit more aware of. Let's see. Okay. Just checking what's universal here for the audience. So that certainly is one major one. Besides Cancer moving into Jupiter moving into Cancer moving into Jupiter, also. I just talked about a little bit before. So let's see. So that's going to be a positive energy there. So that occurred on June the 9th for Jupiter entering into Cancer. And again, that'll be for a 1-year stay. So that's going to be a good thing. And then finally for next year, it will be Leo's turn, my turn. So I'm reporting that because it's, it just affects me. So next year, Jupiter will move into Leo, and we will be the favored for 1 year in 2026. That'll be from June the 30th, 1 year from today, actually. So it's preparing time, preparing for this event for next year. And it'll be going from June 30th to July 25th, 2027. So that'll be something for all of the Leos to look forward to as well. So we have a lot of incredible energy, moving into place here and shiftings. That happens annually, of course. The Uranus in Gemini is major, as I said, for everyone. That's going to be stupendous. Let me not forget, we just had our luckiest day of the year this past June 25th. So that was, again, Jupiter and the Sun, meeting, there. And that was the time to tap into manifesting all the things that you want in your life, whether to change, to improve, to get rid of, or whatever. The luckiest day of the year had power pack of energy. I certainly went into that one. I know a lot of other people did as well. And again, that energy we still carry with us. It's only been a few days, it's only been 5 days from that. So we still carry the Jupiter and the Sun energy. So tap into it. That's why we're getting a lot of good energy towards the end of the month, also here. And it'll linger for another few days, a few weeks. Those energies of that magnitude don't dissipate immediately. So tap into them. If you feel that you need some change, if this is the first time you're hearing this information, it's not too late. Again, focus, tap into it. Be positive, be strong. Do what you need to do there for that. And the results will astound you as well. Let's see what else is happening before we move into this. So this is very good. So things should be progressing well on that front. As July, I feel, as I said, will be a little bit of a roller coaster. So get ready for that. Expect some more interesting news, to come, and a few surprises. As I like to say, that it's going to be shocking, or whatever, but it should be surprising, for you. So there's a few surprises ahead. Some unpleasant, or certainly making your stomach, go ugh, and then some that'll be enlightening and unexpected, also, and it'll give you the wow factor. Let's put it that way. Okay, so that should be a good thing there also. So it should be an interesting summer. Hopefully, it'll be a better summer than it was last year, because there was so much tumultuous experiences there, especially last July and a bit in August as well. So we have that. But do what you can to get out. Do what you need to do. Expand your energies. Do your psychic work in whatever way that it's meaningful. Right now, it's a good time for that, especially before the Mercury retrograde. The other planets don't affect us as much, but Mercury does. So you want to get that up and running and fine tune yourselves. So you can be as sensitive to everything that's around you, feel the vibrations as much as you can, attune to everything as much as possible. And you want to carry that into the Mercury period to keep you strong and to keep you aware and not to fall into its sluggishness, and to be sharp and clear as possible, because it does affect one's senses, and it may make you a little bit difficult when you're trying to express yourself. Be clear on what you're saying, getting your point across, also. Miscommunications can abound with that also. So be sharp and to the point with what you're saying. Be mindful, especially. Really think before you speak. And that's what I'm getting a sense of here, is to be very, very clear in July of what you're saying and how you're saying it, and really being very thoughtful before you say anything. You want to make sure that, you come across right and well, and you want to bring peace. Hi, Zia, how are you? You don't want to go the opposite direction. So it goes in there. And as Zia, I just got a feeling as I saw you pop in that things are going well for you. I got a lot of exciting energy for you here. So this is very good. And things are progressing further and nicely for you. You're feeling stronger and more independent, more powerful than you've had in a long, long time. And this is good to see and good to hear. I see very vibrant, very vivid energy with you. So this is very good to experience, for you. I just picked up on that immediately. So this is good to experience, from you. And so yes, so it's, again, go out, go to the beach. If you're a beach person, I'm intending to do that. And I've just been kind of like fine tuning myself here and there before I get out there, and getting myself, ready for that. So I've been like just exercising more, changing my exercise routine. Has been glorious the last 3 months of really intense, workout and training, and has been beneficial for me. I feel lighter and freer than I ever have before. It's the mental besides the physical also. I've been using both, and eating better, too. Also cutting down the sugar a bit. At times it's hard because I love sugar. And so I'm working on the physical aspect of things. I'm working on the mental aspect, of things. The benefits are starting to come in, too. And I said to myself by July 4th that I'd be in a much better space than I was 4 months ago or so. And in that regard, I am, luckily, and working. I need to work harder again. I'm still doing a few things to get that up. But my birthday is coming up later in the month of July. So it's my power time right now. I've just entered that. So this is the power season, as we call it. And anybody who has a birthday, you know, and I've said this before, you have the month before your birthday, which starts to be your power time. So you have 1 month where energy is starting to rise and get stronger and things are starting to work out better. You're thinking more positively. You're feeling like things are happening better for you. You're manifesting things. Your projects are coming through. You're doing what you need to do. You just feel better. It's because the energies are starting to draw to your natal sun, and you've got 1 month ahead of energy, for that, to happen for you. So it's good to always focus on that and use all of that. And right now I am in my power time, and right now I'm fine tuning myself, and I have a few more things that I have to work on to get that better. And hopefully I'm going to give myself 2 weeks or so to finally complete that, and so that before my birthday or so, I'm where I want to be, and then continuing from there. And especially for July 4th, I'm going to be where I want to be, where I reached a certain goal there. So I'm going to do that. And it's just a few days away. So right now we're in a celebratory state here because we just had our Pride, month here, and especially our Pride week. And we're doing that. And we just had Pride yesterday. And I was certainly there in the parade there, and there were thousands of people, there, and people marching in, and I was marching in the parade as well. And we had a glorious time, and it was hot, 89, and tremendous sun. But we had a good time. It was just very empowering, and very, very light, and very, very colorful. And it was just promoting positive and love, which is what it's all about. And so we're in a celebratory season right now. And now we're gearing in to 4th of July. So here it comes. So this week basically is another week of celebration as people are preparing to start celebrating. There's people who are going on vacation already, and they're leaving early, to have that 4th of July week and more. And there are more people leaving, just around Wednesday. I'm expecting a big exodus, even more on Thursday to start happening. It's going to be a glorious weekend. Friday is July 4th. So we have a banger of a weekend. July 4th on a Friday. That's incredible. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then things come back on Monday, supposedly. But knowing how things are, knowing how people have become in the last few years, because after the pandemic, people have changed. And people are now wanting more freedom and wanting more joy and wanting more to celebrate things than they did before. So I know that people will be taking longer vacations than they planned. And instead of taking 3 days or 4, they're going to be taking a whole week, a lot more than they did 5 or 6 years ago. So I know that there's still people going to be coming back home or starting to come home on the 6th, the 7th, and even the 8th. They're extending their celebration. Good for them. We've needed it after the pandemic, especially this year with so much that's happening. And people are doing it. And they're living for them and doing what's best for them and nurturing themselves. And they may take even the week after the 4th of July. So things will start to become more normalized. I have a strong sense the week after that. So it's a big celebratory season, honey, right now. So enjoy it. I know I am going to for sure. And so this is a good thing. And we have to enjoy ourselves and do what you need to do. And also embrace, those spirits out there that work with you, that you work with as well. This is also, for me, the time of Isis, the goddess Isis, whose day of celebration for me is always August the 8th, when the portal, the Lionsgate portal opens up annually. It's also what I call the 8 days of Isis prior to that as well. And that was instructed to me by my friend Carrie. And she was who came up with that as well. And I took it also as well to celebrate. So this is a time period for that and the goddess as well. And it's good to reach out and light candles and pray to those deities as well. I was thinking about today also my Greek deities also. This is a season for me personally of the Greek deities since I took my trip to Greece back in 2002, and I tapped into their, to their sources, their temples, their history, their magic. And this is the 25th year of that anniversary for me in June. So I always, especially feel that energy strong around this time period in June, especially, and throughout July and the summer as well. I tap into them as well for their energy, and I always tap into them no matter what, and their well-being also. And of course, we tap into the beings of the forests as well too. We're in midsummer, right now, also, and it is their time, also, and we tap into the elementals, the spirits of nature, the spirits of the forest. We are in the northern hemisphere having summer right now. This is a wonderful season to connect with them as well. We need them now more than ever, all of them. And we need to connect with them, and they can connect with us. So all those elemental beings out there, the fireflies. I've been tuning in with the fireflies nightly now, and I see them a lot here. Finally, it's been a while because the weather was kind of off or so, but everything came a little bit late, this year. And but like, as I said earlier, the season started a bit late right now. The year started a bit late, and that's from astrologer Susan Miller, who pointed that out. And she said the year is not really beginning until the end of May, finally. And she was absolutely right. And when you're dealing with Susan Miller, with her, 30 years or more of experience, you know that she knows what she's talking about. So, and it certainly has come to pass. So do tap into all of those elementals, all those gods and goddesses, of spirit, of the forest, of nature. They're all there for you. Work with them. We're going to have our Midsummer's Night Dream, special as well in July that I like to do. Also, well, towards, let's say more like towards August. So I'm already planning, programming already. So you may be seeing a bit more of me, on Facebook Live, for the summer. So I'm planning that one besides this Welcome to Summer celebration. And also, you know, again, the Isis, the 8 days of Isis, the Midsummer's Night celebration that I like to do also as well. We're right now in early summer, so enjoy all of that summer gives and brings. I can't wait to get to the beach myself and do all those summer things as well. I'm going to a concert, also as well, soon. But we'll be tapping into that. I'll tell more about that later on, perhaps the next program. And so do look into, my page here on Facebook, The Angelist Transpsychic Express, for more information, more updates on things. I post all those incredible articles that you see, for you to look into and to read up and see if anything there enlightens you or interests you, and you can tap into it more and more as well. And but it's going to be good energy. It's going to be good thing. Hi, JC, how are you? Good to see you here. Also, and so there's a lot of good things, to look forward to. I'm just watching the time here. Okay, I'm fine so far. And so it's basically, should be a much better summer than it was last year. Despite the news, despite the things that are going on in the world, it's not to give in to that negativity, not to tap into all of that. It's trying to take away our attention. Hello, Teresa. Good to see you, Teresa. So happy to see you here. And oh, girl, I'm picking up on you right away. I think I may have read something before, or at least if I don't, I'm getting a sense that you're going to be heading to Lilydale. Just a strong sense of that. And I think you are going to be there. If I'm correct, I think I may have read up before several weeks so that you're going to be there, in Lilydale this summer. And I'm picking up on that immediately for you. Ooh, girl, good, good. That's going to be a very powerful time for you. Okay, and there's going to be perhaps a surprise coming up for you regarding Lilydale. So get ready for that, something you are not expecting, or if you are, you just were hoping for. But I get an immediate sense of that very strongly about this for you. So let's see what happens, Teresa, regarding that. Should be very positive for you, for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing the news. That's how good I feel about it. And oh, how wonderful, Zia. Good. Ladybugs are especially wonderful. for good fortune and just overall light financial gain, creativity, of course, and you're a creative person, so of course that's a good thing for you, but a brightening of your future, for you in all aspects, as well. A very powerful sign. We used to see so many ladybugs here where I live, not seeing them so much anymore. All those pesticides have taken out so many things. I'm amazed that the fireflies came back, because these people, the pesticides are working in a sense in one way, because we don't have pests like we used to. Not that we had that much anyway, but it does take away some of the other wonderful insects or so that we used to love seeing, here. But when I go someplace else, I do see ladybugs or so, and they're always wonderful. It's experience. I'm so happy. And three, of course, it's a spiritual number of goodness and light and good things coming your way. Also, I sense more is coming for you, Zia. More creativity, more recognition for you, as you deserve to have it for so long, with your work, and as you're being more proactive also, as I've said that to you before, with getting it out there and doing more of it and being more recognized, in that, and being appreciated more for it. And that's going to grow more for you than ever as well too. Christine, for you, um, immediately what comes to me is getting out more and enjoying yourself more, getting more out with your friends. Right away, I see that right away. You're going to be going out more than you have had in years, and just enjoying yourself more and more with that, and doing things, a few places you haven't been to before, and getting out more with your friends. And I get a strong sense of that also as well. So here we have that. That's the first thing that came to me immediately for you. And you should be having a lot of fun, from what I'm seeing here. I see a lot of laughter, for you for this summer. So that's a good thing for you. Also, you're spiritually going to get feeling stronger as well too. Let me tell you, your intuition is going to expand even more as you do more and more, and your energy gets more and more positive and whatever. That side of your intuitive self is going to grow and expand, because you're giving it the energy to do that, and you're going to get more sensitive and more aware of others, and picking up on them more than ever before. You've been always good with that, but it's going to happen even more now. You're going to be astounded, in fact, by this next leap that you'll be taking, spiritually for yourself. That's what's coming through here. Joanna, hello. Good to see you. Oh my God, I'm so glad to see you here. You've written a lot here. Let's see. Uh, ah. Oh my. Okay, I'm reading what you're saying. I see. Okay, if I'm understanding this correctly, I'll have to look into this a little bit more. I'm just reading what you wrote before. Oh dear. I see. Okay, got it. Oh, so you're not that far, in a way. Oh, oh, oh dear. Got it, got it. Oh, got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh dear. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm gonna have to tap into that a little bit more on my own and let you know, because this is major. This is a lot. Okay, got it. I understand now. Oh dear, Joanna, no wonder I hadn't seen anything from you lately so much or whatever. I was starting to wonder, because it's not really like you to disappear. Now I understand. Oh my God, Dios mío. Woo. Okay, understood. You've had a crazy last first half of the year. Let's put it that way. And this is just part of that, also. So there's been a lot of things going on with you. This year for you, it's been incredible. Been something incredible for you. Okay, so JC, let's see. For you, let me see. Okay, something that pops in regarding a person that you're with, a relationship or so, whatever. So, um, That's the thing here. I'm picking up on, I'm just trying to hone in on you, JC. Hold on. First thing had to do with relationship. That's the first thing that came to me right away. And something there. Um, a person that you're very close to, or should be close to. This seems to be a relationship of that should be romantic, and um, and there's a closeness there, from what I'm picking up on, or should be, and something growing, there in that regard. Um, I'm going to focus here on something that's beneficial for you, here or so, and I'm sensing a closeness, more of a closeness regarding this relationship, for you, and something building, there. And I hope that this makes sense to you. I'm not getting more than that, but I hope that this makes sense to you. But that's the first thing and the most important thing that comes in for you, which is this relationship thing. And it should be on the romantic side or aspect, for you. Um, so there's something growing and something changing there, and moving upward. So it's moving upward there, for you. Oh, dear Joanna, just looking back at you here. Oh, God, they're going to clear that out. It's just going to take a bit longer than you expect. That's the first thing I'm getting. So, oh, dear. Oh, it's just going to be a while. Oh, dear. Okay. Hi, Ginger. How are you? Okay. Okay, JC, if anything comes back, I'll let you know. Because that's the only thing I got for you right now. Ginger, let me see for you. Um, yeah, this is a good time period right now in general for everyone to be going to getting into this. Um, it's happening kind of naturally for you in regard to this side of your life, okay? So go with the energy, and yes, Joanna, thank you. I'll be reaching out to you. I'll be reaching out to you, Joanna, once I'm able to tap, because this has to take, I have to do it on my own, not through a program like this. So I can, get more into it and tell you what's going on. But I said it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. That's all I can do, but I don't want to say more than that. Okay. Uh, Ginger, just go with it. It's happening on its own. It's growing on its own, which is a good thing. This is very positive right there. Don't, I don't think you're going to be forcing it. I don't think so at all, which is a good thing. Just do what you need to do. Be disciplined with this. Pay attention, but it's growing. Do what you need to do to study, to really devote your time into it more and more. Do what you need to do, which you're doing already, obviously, and that's a good thing. Be diligent with it. Follow through. I don't think you're putting any pressure on yourself. So I don't feel that at all, and that's growing more and more for you as well too. Let me see, Ginger. Something regarding your family as we're coming into this. Um, it seems that somebody that you know very close to you is moving or should be moving into a new home or new space. If you have children, it feels like someone like that, some like some a son or so, whatever, that may be moving into a new space in some way. That's what I'm getting a sense of here from what I'm seeing here. And this could be a good thing also. Okay. Uh, JC, I just feel that there's somebody that's close and getting closer. Uh, you may know who this person is already. I do have a sense of. You may know who this is already. This is not a new person. So let's see how that develops, from there. But it should be more of a closeness happening here. And as I get a sense of it growing and being larger, so there in that way too. Uh, Absolutely, Ginger. As I said, take it, seriously, and do a practice of it daily. Do your time to do this on a daily basis, and that's the best way for that. But also, it's going to happen naturally because the energies are there for you already, and you're seeing it and you're sensing it, and just go into that. Go into that where you know that it's growing, but you're working on it, but it's not having to put pressure, fortunately. Do it in a way that you're studying, but don't be like anxious about it. Just do it as you can, and as you do, give yourself the time and the space to do it with tranquility, but with discipline. And that starts to grow more and more for you there. Okay? And watch out regarding the move from someone in your home or whatever that's moving away, I think, or out, or someone that you know that's moving, that's close to you, because I get that sense and that feeling here, as well. That's the other thing that's going on there. But it's good. That is good. So that's a good thing. Just watching the time here. Okay, so I'm a little bit over my time. It's an hour already. So at this point, everybody, it's almost 11 a.m. But thank you so much for joining in. And good to connect with you once again. Happy summer, everybody. Let's start the summer right and positive and well and happy. Don't let the world and the negativity out there get to you and get the best of you. Keep true to yourself. Keep true to your energy. Keep true to your mind. Keep true to who you are. And that will push that all away. Embrace the summer. It's here. And enjoy it. Do everything you can to help yourself, to nurture yourself, to help others, to do what is right for you, to make everything the best for you. Have the best summer possible. As you shift and work and go into those energies, you start seeing wonderful things happening for you and around you as well too. I guarantee it. Okay, that's what you have to do, and we'll all have a blissful and beautiful time. And thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much. And we'll be connecting soon. Next program should be in about a week or two because I have some news to report there. It should be very good also. And just going with the energy and what's happening by, okay? So just stay tuned to the page. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye bye.